Hello students, in this video tutorial, I will guide you on how to solve a problem involving two independent samples with unknown standard deviation. Suppose we are given with this problem. Data on the content of fine gravel in surface soils are presented below. Test whether there is any difference in the percentage of fine gravel between good soil and poor soil at 5% significant level. Assume the data came from normal distribution. So given to us these two samples, we can see obviously that there is no association between the two samples. So we can say that the two samples are independent and there is no standard deviation given, and the alpha given is 0.05. So in this problem, we can use t-test with pool variance. So the first step is to set the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. So the null hypothesis says that there is no difference between the good soil and the poor soil. So we can say that the mu of the good soil is equal to the mu of the poor soil, whereas the alternative hypothesis can be written as the mu of the good soil is not equal to the mu of the poor soil. The second step is to set the significance level, that is alpha, which is here is given as 0.05. The next step is to calculate the test statistics, whereby we have to calculate what is SP square, which is pool variance, and we have to find what is T, which is the calculated T for these tests. So in order to find what is SP square, first we have to find what are the S1 and S2 values that represent the standard deviation of the first and the second sample respectively. In order to find what is S1 and S2 values, we have to use this formula, where first we have to find what is the mean or the average of the first and the second sample. Let's solve for the first sample, which is good soil sample. So the mean is given as the summation of all the data divided by the sample size, which is 7. So it is solved as 10.91. And the standard deviation is given as 6.33. For the second sample, that is poor soil sample, we do the same thing, where first we solve for the mean or the average. So we sum up all the data and divide it by the sample size, which is 7. So we get the mean value of 3.94. And next, we solve for the variance first using the formula given. And we solve for the standard deviation S, which is the square root of S squared. So the S for poor soil sample is given as 2.64. Now, knowing what are the S1 and S2 values, we can solve for SP square value, where we have to plug in all those values into this formula, and we get the SP square value as 23.519. Next, we can solve for the T value. This is the formula for T, for independent samples. We need the information of x1 and x2 besides the SP square. So the T value is solved as 2.689. This T value represents T computed or T calculated. The next step is to find T tabulated or T table. First, we have to find what's the degree of freedom, df, given by the formula of n1 plus n2 minus 2. So in this problem, df is given as 12. Next is to find what's the tell area. So since the alpha given is 0.05, so we have to divide this value with 2, since that 0.05 represents the tell area of both sides. In order to use the t-table, we only need the tell area on one side. So we have to divide the alpha into 2 and get 0.025. So that is the tell area that we need to refer in the t-table. So knowing the tile area of 0.025 and degree of freedom of 12, we get the t value from the table as 2.179. Next, we have to compare the t computed and the t table. Since the t computed obtained from step 3 is 2.689 and the t table is 2.179, so apparently the t computed is greater than the t table, and here we have to make a decision to accept the alternative hypothesis. The final step is to make a conclusion. Since we accept the alternative hypothesis, so we can conclude that at alpha equal to 0.05, there is a difference in the percentage of fine gravel between good soil and poor soil. So this wraps up the solution for this problem. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. This video tutorial is brought to you by No Statistics No Talk. For more video tutorials on statistics, please subscribe No Statistics No Talk on YouTube. Stay safe and have a nice day.